What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is our finale of my DC universe. Uh, Again, disclaimer: do not be misled by the background. Just because I have this background doesn't mean every single one of these characters is going to be in my Marvel universe. Also, Marvel universe, excuse me, DC universe. Also, do not take it as a jab that your favorite DC character is not in my DC universe. It's not that I don't like the character. It's just that I couldn't figure out a way to write them in the universe that would make sense. Because as you guys can see, I'm taking a slightly different approach to these characters, same way I did for Marvel, I'm gonna be doing for DC. The only difference between my Marvel universe and my DC universe is that Marvel is taking place a much more grounded level, to where DC is a lot more cosmic and space space madness, mostly cosmic and godlike beings, that kind of stuff. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the finale. We have two movies left. We start off this universe with the Green Lantern, then Superman, then Manhunter, which is the Martian Manhunter movie. Then we have Green Lantern 2, and then the Amazons and the Atlanteans, which leads us to Justice League, which leads us to the Knight, which now leads us to Superman 2 from the last video, and with that led us to Wonder Woman and Shazam, and then that led us to the last movie of the last video, Aquaman. Please feel free to pause the video to reread the slides, but if you guys want the more in context story, I would advise you go watch those past videos. Now on to the finale. After Aquaman, this is now going to lead us to our first to second to last movie in the phase, which is Green Lantern 3. Atrocitus has been chosen as a Red Lantern successor. Travels the galaxy, gifting red rage rings. Uh, Atrocitus is now officially a Red Lantern, and he's traveling pretty much throughout the galaxy, giving red rings to different species, etc., growing his army to once again wipe out the Green Lanterns, aka the Guardians of Oa. His travels take him back to Earth, looking for a strong participant named Guy Gardner, a famous athlete who allows his temper to get to him on the baseball field. The movie will also introduce John Stewart, a loyal soldier of the U.S. Army who was saved by Hal when Stewart showed great willpower, saving an innocent family from an enemy crossfire. So this movie is going to be introducing Guy Gardner, who is in this universe a world famous baseball athlete who has a temper to him, and Atrocitus will see this as a perfect companion for him to be his first human Red Lantern. It will also introduce John Stewart, who in this universe is a part of the U.S. U.S. Army, and who's not a good friend to Hal, but they know each other. They know of each other. You know, both of them serving, Hal in the Air Force and Stewart in the Army. As Hal returns back to Earth from Oa, after dealing with Brainiac and them, he finds John Stewart, who basically there's a scene in the movie to where he shows really great and huge willpower that Hal believes he will make a great Green Lantern. And of course, this is going to be introducing their backstories to where Guy Gardner had a little traumatic childhood, which explains why he's walking around with so much rage, and John Stewart, who joined the U.S. Army because he was inspired by his grandfather, I believe I wrote. We'll see. Hal, while training Stewart, fights back against Atrocitus, almost being killed in the process, but John saves him and escapes to a nearby planet. Guy Gardner is possessed by the raging power ring, and Atrocitus leads his Red Lanterns in a battle against the planet Oa. So during this time, Atrocitus got the best of Hal and John, because John is still a beginner's Green Lantern, so which allows Hal to be injured and John saving him to flee to a different planet. And we're gonna also have a little bit more of a build up with how training John during this time and Guy Garner pretty much going crazy as a Red Lantern. John Stewart learns the true power of will, healing Hal, and both of them arrive at Oa to help their fellow Lanterns in the battle. Guy would eventually snap out of it and turn his red power against Atrocitus. Now, this is going to be the plot. This is going to be the part of the movie to where Guy Garner really has a real breakthrough to pretty much forgive his trauma, realize his trauma is what gives him the will, is what gives him willpower to keep going, and he uses that against Atrocitus. He is killed in the process. Atrocitus with Guy Gardner almost dying, but was saved by a Green Lantern ring that chose him from his showing of great willpower to defeat the Red Lanterns. During a battle, when Atrocitus is finally beaten and killed, Guy Gardner is almost about to die from the battle, but he is saved by another Green Lantern who died in battle earlier in the battle, which the ring has chosen him, because when a Green Lantern dies, they spread out and go looking for another chosen being to wear them. The movie ends with Hal, Stewart, and now Guy flying together in space as Earth's new protectors. And credit scene shows Atrocitus talking to Ares in Hell with Hades. Ares chooses Atrocitus as champion to help make his return to Earth. Once again, Atrocitus will be back. So, a pretty straightforward movie. I didn't even need the iPad for this, because I want this movie to be quite simple to introduce Guy Gardner, introduce John Stewart, what's going on with Hal Jordan and the Lanterns, and what's going on with Atrocitus now that he's back and now a Red Lantern, then dies, and now he's being chosen by Hades, which is going to be playing into the next movie. And the final movie of the phase in this video, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. This I'm gonna need the iPad, but feel free to read along with me as I have the slides up here. Let's get into it. Movie opens up with Black Adam fighting Shazam. Shazam fights back, attempting to beat him, but Black Adam is testing and training him even when he fights like he's trying to kill him. Now, obviously, this is taking place after the last Wonder Woman and Shazam movie. Afterwards, Adam takes Billy to Kondak, shows him his people, Black Adam's people, shows him his people, and explains he is the warrior that Shazam gave the god powers to when he betrayed the Greek pantheon. But reveals he wasn't just a traitor because he gave immortal powers. He's a traitor because he gave immortal powers from an enemy pantheon, the Egyptians. Adam explains that there's multiple gods in the universe that spent time on Earth, all in battle with each other on who would take over the people. Gods need their people. Adam relates to this as he is needed by his own people in Kondak. Billy relates to this because of needing of his family. Atrocitus appears after Adam and Shazam help stop a terrorist attack on Kondak. He warns the demigods He warns the demigods that the Greek gods are coming for everything that is owed to them. And Atrocitus is saying, and Ares will start with you, Adam. The rest of the movie is about Adam and Shazam working together to defeat Ares' forces from escalating, Adam killing Atrocitus in this process. Finally, Atrocitus dies. He's gone forever. He's not showing no more. Wink, wink. Ares appears attempting to kill them both. They both escape banged up and beaten as Ares begins to destroy Kondak, getting more and more powerful due to the presence of war. Billy takes Adam back home where he meets his adopted family to refuge. Adam tells Billy they need more power to destroy Ares. Billy gets the idea to share his power with his adopted brothers and sisters. After figuring it out, after multiple tries, Adam leads the Shazam family into battle to save Kondak. They overpower Ares with the combined powers of the pantheons, destroying Ares once and for all. Movie ends with Adam thanking Billy and his family, but to be paired, there'll be more gods coming from all over the universe, and it'll be an all-out war. We gonna need the Justice League, says Billy. The end credit scene. In hell, Zeus visits Hades and tells him it's time to unleash your power, brother, and bring death upon those who reject us. The post credit scene, Bruce Wayne walks out of a late night meeting, and he calls Dick Grayson and Alfred, letting them know he's going to be late. Upon entering his car, a demonic figure appears in his mirror. Bruce, I choose you. Hades tells Bruce as he attacks him and possesses him. And that is the end of this movie. Not as much straightforward as the last movie in Green Lantern 3, but also a pretty not that much packed movie. I still the first part of the movie is going to be following Black Adam and Shazam in conduct, and of course it will lead to Billy returning back to his family finally. After being beat the fuck up by Ares, and him sharing his powers amongst his brothers and sisters, adopted brothers and sisters, and returning to conduct to kill Ares eventually. And post credit scene of Bruce Wayne being possessed by Hades. I wonder where that's gonna go. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the universe, because that is the end of phase one, the cosmos. Should I do a phase two? What you guys want first? I'm gonna actually do a poll on my Instagram. Do you want me to do a phase two of DC or phase two of Marvel? But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the DC universe.